Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Texas, and I want to welcome you into our Facebook Live for Wednesday, the 12th of February, 2025. So if you're catching this part of the video, as usual, you're watching the replay. You jumped in here at the very beginning. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. I really appreciate y'all. If you will, go ahead and give a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Send up a heart or some reaction if you're watching on Facebook. Believe it or not, Facebook likes the reactions better than the thumbs up. And if you're not a YouTube subscriber, if you'll hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to, so you'll be notified when new videos get posted. So excited to have you guys here today. Gonna wait. I should have some people hopping on live now. I'm glad you're here. Be sure to say hello. Again, please hit that reaction button. Send up a heart, a like. I was talking with a friend the other day just about, when we creators spend a lot of time making the content that we share. So it really helps us out when you engage with us, when you leave a comment, and it can just be, hello, that's fine. Love your card, or you put that on upside down. Just something. Hitting those reactions like the heart, even the angry face. It's funny. So it just helps in the algorithms, and it helps boost our spirits too, because we just spend a lot of time doing this, and we love it. We love making content for you. I know I've been trying to do better with that. I watch a lady, I can't remember her name, on YouTube, and she makes sourdough starter and sourdough bread, and she's a professional baker, and she's just awesome, and I can't think of her name, but I always try to leave a comment because I know that helps her channel. I'm not a bread baker. I want to be. I'm a wannabe bread baker. I'm a card maker, but I want to bake bread. I used to when my kids were little, not sourdough, but I used to make homemade bread. So the process is just so interesting to me on sourdough. But I digress. Just show us the love. We would appreciate that. Okay, I have a fun fold card for you today. Many of you know that I have a little box that I keep templates in. And so I went through it the other day and was actually putting some templates in it. And I saw this one called the 4 Square card. And it is an easy card to make. But it's something a little bit different. It ends up being a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch square card, and you get a chance to show off some designer series paper. I've never made it into a pocket. I think I've only made this a couple of times, but you could make pockets in this card. It has a lot going on for it. It's a pretty cool card. So you're going to start out with a piece of cardstock that's 8 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches square. You're going to score at 4 1/4 across both ways, and then you're going to score diagonally. So I'll show you how this turns out. I have one that's kind of it's a masculine version, and it's using this Take to the Sky designer series paper from the annual catalog. Do y'all remember this? It's been a while since I pulled this out, and I forgot how awesome this paper is. Because you do have the airplane and map and stuff, but you've also got some grids and some really cool B-sides of paper to use. So I went ahead and I did use a ribbon, and this could be retired. I don't know. I just used what worked. So I've just got that tied on the side, and then when you open it up, you've got a place that has the diagonal fold, so you cut that one piece of DSP. Now I'll teach you all of this. And so here is where, if you put adhesive on either end, you've got a pocket in there. Because, there's your 8 1/2 by 8 1/2 inch square piece of cardstock. So isn't that cool? And I like to put a ribbon on it because it is a little bit bulky. It seems to hold it down a whole lot better. You definitely want to, let me show you this before I say that. You want to be good about your score lines. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can. This is not lined up great. I mean, I've got like a 1/16 of an inch gap. And so when I folded it over, it's not perfect. And that's not what I'm shooting for. I'm not trying to be perfect, but I do want to do a good job with my scoring and folding and everything. So just be mindful that that does matter a little bit more with this project than some others. And for this one, with it being a masculine card, I just went ahead and tied that. You could probably put a square knot and then just added a tiny piece. This is actually a tag die, but I thought that turned out cute. And then I did a version with the Floral Delight Designer Series paper. So pretty. And this time I was able to tie a bow. And as I was tying this bow just a minute ago, there was a big truck outside again at my neighbor's house. I need to go over and find out what they're doing. Be a nosy neighbor. I don't know what they're doing, but it's like every week they get a delivery or something, and it's this giant truck that rumbles and it has the backup beeping and stuff. It's so crazy. So isn't that cute? So again, you've got the pocket. Now, it depends on how you make it. You could end up with that opening at the bottom as well, but I like putting it at the top. And as I said, I've not ever made that into some type of little, you know, gift card holder or pocket with another note card in it or anything, but man, you sure could. You could just put a whole piece in there that's scored. So this is just kind of a fun jumping off point is what we're going to look at today. Let me see if I can get this tied back. Just had a little bow. So then that turned out sweet. And we're going to make a couple together. So I'm using this awesome stamp set from the mini catalog. I love the fonts. This is a stamp set that was inspired by Julie Davison. She is also a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she reached her $1 million sales milestone. Quite an achievement. That's in her whole career as a demonstrator. And so she got to go to the home office and she got to help design this stamp set, which I think is just amazing. I really enjoyed using it. Y'all know I'm a sucker for fonts and that bold, the way that it's styled. I love that. It really makes me happy. And then look at these. Look at these dies. They're called the Stylish Shapes dies, y'all. I use them all the time. So you're probably thinking, does that girl have any other dies? And I do, but I pull these out all the time because they're just so versatile. I just love them. So that's what we're using. Let me move these guys over here. And then I'll go ahead and start bringing in some of the supplies that we're going to need for our next card, for the one we're going to make together, because I've got quite a bit ready here. Like I said, we take some time to prepare for you. Okay, so this is a piece of gorgeous grape cardstock. I've already cut it down to 8.5 by 8.5 inches. And I accidentally went ahead and scored it on the diagonal. But let me bring my trimmer in. And I'm using one of the older Stampin' Up! Trimmers, y'all. I just see the numbers better on this. But let me tell you, it doesn't cut anywhere near as well as our newer trimmer. And when I say newer trimmer, I still mean like 3 or 4 years old. That's when it was launched for us. So it's been out for quite some time. So we're going to come to 4 1/4. And we're just going to score this piece of cardstock in half. And then we'll turn it. And we'll do that same thing this way. So 8.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, 4 1/4. And then scored on the diagonal. And like I said, I accidentally did that already, but I'll show you. I just put it in my trimmer, and I turn my trimmer sideways when I do this. It just helps me out. And I just keep working with it until I get those points in the track where I need them, and then just hold it gently and score back and forth, just like you normally would. But when you put the points of the cardstock in the cutting track, that's how you can line that up. Now, an important part of this card is going to be your scoring and then your burnishing of your score line. So let me see here. Let's go ahead and do the diagonal first. Just kind of make sure everything is lining up well. Let me grab a bone folder. Where is it? I know I have one out. This is my Super Inspired Stampers bone folder. Everybody on our team, when they join our team, Dale and I send them a bone folder when they place their first order as a demonstrator with their name and our team name on there. We love them so much. One of my demo friends does that, etches that in with a laser. It's so cool. And we are the Super Inspired Stampers, or SIS team. And we just love being teammates. We had our team meeting last night, and it was a good one. We always have a question at the beginning of the meeting. And this time it was for people to tell something, just some kind of random fact about themselves that we didn't already know. And it was pretty cool. Okay, so now I need to stop and think about this right quick. I want to fold it this way. So I have my opening at the top, then I'll have a flat surface on the front, and I'll have the diagonal folds here, flat surface on the inside. So I'm going to go back over and burnish again, because I really want this laying down, and I want everything lining up well. And again, it's not perfect, but I can kind of zhuzh it a little bit now in this process. Show it who's boss here. And so you can see that's laying down pretty well when you consider how much cardstock that is stacked on top of each other. So I'm happy with that. So I do have those two pieces. I think I told you that, maybe not. 4x4, 2 pieces of Bloom Impressions Designer Series paper. This is a 12x12 paper stack from Celebration. Free gift with purchase at a $60 level before tax and shipping. And this paper is still available, and Celebration is going on until the 28th of February. So we've only got a couple more weeks, y'all. I'm going to bring my trimmer back in, and I need to cut one of these pieces of DSP on a diagonal. So I'm going to do that same thing. And I just take my time, get it lined up. And when you're cutting DSP like this, here's a little tip. Don't come up from the bottom or down from the top. Kind of start in the center of your DSP and pull down and then push up. If you start at the bottom or top, when it's on a point like that, it can catch and tear your paper, or kind of accordion fold your paper that you don't want it to do. So, just a little pointer. Pro tip, right? So let's do some assembly now. I'm going to go ahead and put in this 4x4 piece of basic white to our inside panel. Just using some liquid glue here. And I think you could even decorate the back if you want to, especially when you got Celebration paper, free paper. Why not? I didn't cut a piece, but I may go back and do that. Use up those pretty papers, because when we use them up, we get to buy more. That's how that works. Because you do have, of course, that diagonal fold on the back, so that'd be kind of fun to decorate the back as well. And I think I'm going to turn this paper over, and I'm going to use the B side on the inside. That looks pretty. And again, I'm just putting some little dots of glue. Let's see if I can get this lined up. I tend to do a little bit better if I pick my card up, looking at my margins and everything, but you do you. If you work better just on the flat surface, that's fine too. Whatever works, right? And a little more glue for this piece. Now, I actually thought you might be able to cut this piece at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 instead of 4 by 4, and then cut it in half. It would give you a little bit bigger margins on your inside here. Haven't tried that yet. Totally up to you if you want to. But I mean, it's going to work. It's just going to give you a little bit bigger margin. Ooh, I'm struggling to get that piece in place, aren't I? Come on now. I don't want to get glue on my fingers, but I'm about to. I just thought that was so cool to have that effect on the inside. This is a fun fold. And I know a lot of you are always looking for new ideas. And I love sharing new and different things for you. It's fun to learn something new, isn't it? You could certainly decorate this part up if you want to. I'm not going to today, but you could. Just going to make that lay down again since I added even more cardstock to it, right? So now I'm going to put this piece on the front. Is that not just so beautiful? I love all the colors in it. But before I do that, I want to put some ribbon on. And I think for this one, I may even grab the Fresh Freesia ribbon that's from Celebration. It's a reward at a $60 level. And I've gone back to using, or trying to use dimensionals to hold my ribbon closed. I try to. Otherwise, I end up with such a mess in my ribbon box. So let's see. How much ribbon do we use? About that much. I want to be able to tie a bow. So what I do is just go ahead and wrap it around my card, figure out about how much I'm going to need for a bow, and cut it that way. If you want an actual measurement, give me just a minute. Let me see what I can do about that. I'm thinking it's going to be 30-ish inches. No, not 30. 23 inches. So now, let me bring my card back. And we're just going to sandwich that ribbon in here underneath our DSP. I'll take just a little bit of Stampin' Seal Plus across there. Kind of hold that down while I'm working with things. Well, I didn't really get any. Oh, it's pulling that cardstock. There we go. I'm just going to cover that up anyway, so. Okay. And now we can put this piece on. And a little bit more glue than what I would typically use. A little bit more squiggle in the middle because I do have that ribbon to cover. Try to hold all that in place. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it so much. And I got glue on my finger. And then I can bring that ribbon around. Oh no, I kind of got it cut short. We may just have to make a tie. I shuffled that ribbon around a little bit, so that was unfortunate. So now we'll just make a little tie instead of a bow. I'll have to trim that off. Come on now. I do love this ribbon. It's so pretty, but it gets so staticky, and I just am not sure why it does that. It's hilarious, isn't it? That is hilarious. Hilarious slash aggravating. Come on. What have I done here? There. Okay, so let's just tie a little knot, and what I'll probably end up doing is a square knot with this ribbon. It'll look like a fumble fingers, but it's just got so much static in it. It's so pretty though. Yeah, we'll just tie a little square knot. A very loose one so that our recipient can still get it open. That's gonna work. It takes me back to my Girl Scout days when we learned to tie knots. Okay, I'm just gonna trim it off for right now, y'all. I'll deal with that here in a minute. Crazy town. All right. And now I gotta get it off my hand. That's cracking me up. Come on, ribbon. Staticky ribbon. So pretty though. It's so pretty. It's worth wrangling it. Then I've got some gorgeous grape ink. You're gonna take your pick tool that just rolled across, huh? Back over here. And Now let's add a sentiment. And I'm going to use the thank you sentiment from that stamp set. And somewhere I should have a circle. Of course, from my Stylish Shapes dies. We'll use this gorgeous grape ink. Ink up that photopolymer stamp. Make sure it's good and inky. See how we do. I may have gotten over too far to the side. Our thank you. It's okay. It's going to work. We're going to make it work. Now I'm going to clean this off because we're going to use this same stamp for our other card. Y'all love that chamois? That is the sign of a well-used chamois. Well-loved chamois. And don't forget, you just put water on your chamois, and that cleans your stamps. So we'll bring in a couple of, there comes that take your pick tool again. I'm going to need him in just a minute. Clearly my table is not level. Nope. We'll just put a different dimensional over here since that's not cooperating. All right, now we'll use this to take the backings off. And I had the spatula in, but we'll turn it over and get our paper piercer end out to take those backings off. And while I work on this, I wanted to mention that I have a friend named Trish, and she has Trish's Card Club. She does a YouTube live each week, and I was watching her Monday night. She gave me a little shout out, and I want to definitely return the favor and let you guys know she is a personal friend, and she is an amazing demonstrator. 23 or 24 years now that she has been a demonstrator. Isn't that just so cool? I love that. I love Trish. So if you are not following her over on YouTube and you would like to find some more crafting ideas, hop over to Trish's Card Club after this video is over. Hop over there and subscribe to her channel. She is working on a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers this year, and she's well on her way to do that. So she would love the love if y'all want to pop over there. And you can tell her that I sent you. Just adding some of those little purple rhinestones. I don't think I got that sentiment on super straight, but I can fix it. Oops, lost him. Those purple rhinestones look really pretty. You know, there's also the purple sequins. I wasn't thinking about that when I grabbed an embellishment. Let me change that just a tiny bit to where it's a little straighter. I'm not sure if I told you, but Oliver is here with me in the craft room today. Last week he was at the vet when we did our live video, and this week he is here, and he's being so good. We've had the best day today, y'all. So there's a sweet card. What do y'all think? Want to make another one? Let's do another one. And this time we're going to use the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper. And I love it so much. And of course I've got embellishments and ribbon, and I've already got supplies ready to go. So I can just burnish the cardstock, and we can whip this one out pretty quickly. Let me find my bone folder. So this is Coastal Cabana cardstock. And I love how Coastal Cabana pairs with Real Red. It's just such a fabulous combo. What's y'all's favorite color combos? I tend to get where I use the same things over and over. They just make me happy, like Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Beautiful greens. And when you put them with a blue, a yellow, a purple, a red, they always are just so pretty. Okay, so let's see here. That's my Nope, that puts it the wrong way. Let me do it this way. And when I say the wrong way, I just mean I like my opening to the top and a flat surface. Well, that may not work this time. Why would it work? There we go. We'll have our opening to the bottom. It's still going to work. But I like that flat surface on the front. You could fold it the other way though too, to where you have your diagonal pieces on the front. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're going to burnish again. Do this one just a little bit differently. And I've already got my pieces that I want to put on the inside. Yep, Coastal Cabana in Real Red. It's beautiful. And I just happen to be using the A and the B side of several of these papers. I used 2 different papers for the Take to the Sky, but you can grab whatever you want. I also got to thinking, I've never done this, but how fun would it be to just go ahead and make the whole card base out of a piece of Designer Series paper? You may want to use something like the Bloom Impressions that is not directional. That would make it a whole lot easier, especially on your first one. But, wow, so many options, don't you think? Okay. And where did I put my inside panel? Oh, there it is. I knew I had it. Now, of course, you could stamp on the inside if you want to. You can decorate this up as much or as little as you want. I just wanted you to kind of see it made with different papers, because it does have a little bit different effect with the different papers, I think. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish again while I've got all that cardstock stacked up in there to make sure everything lays down. And then this time, you know, I can't go more than a couple days without using this black and vanilla checked ribbon. It's so cute, especially with this fruit paper. So let me see if I can do this time without messing everything up. Let me go ahead and just measure out about 23 inches so that I can do a bow if I want to. One of my absolute favorite ribbons we've ever had. It just looks so cute with so many different things. And I think with this fruit salad paper, it is darling. Okay, let's go ahead and again add just a little bit of adhesive there to hold that in place. It just helps me as I'm trying to get this DSP down, since I don't have a third hand to hold it. And I wanted to thank Trish for giving me a shout out the other night. I know a couple people came over to visit my channel and Facebook page, so I appreciate that so much. I love how Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are just so willing to help each other. We share ideas and just support each other and share, and I love that. I love that. Paper crafters are just the best, aren't they? They're just the best. And I do have a couple little pieces of Happy Mail, or gifts, I guess I should say. So if you want to stick around to the very end, I'll show you those. We're almost done here. Ooh, that was too much ribbon, wasn't it? Can you have too much black and vanilla checked ribbon though? Maybe just a tiny skosh. Tiny skosh too much? What do y'all think? I don't know. I may just leave. That one tail is way off. Let's trim him down, and then I think we'll be okay. Don't cut your finger, Carrie. Snips are sharp. Okay, so I've got my circle, and again, we will go ahead and bring in that thank you stamp again if I can find what I did with it. Oh, goodness. I know I cleaned it. There it is. Found it. Crisis averted. We'll stamp it right side up this time. How about that? Let that ink transfer. Cute, cute, cute. And I love those stitched dies. They make me happy. That just adds a little texture. And we can just pop this on our card. Who would not love getting this card? It's darling. And I'm working on sending out more cards, y'all. I love going to the mailbox and getting happy mail, and it makes my heart happy to know that somebody goes to their mailbox and they're excited to see a card from me. That's awesome. We have that superpower, don't we? Oh, I'm struggling to get those backs off today. There we go. Okay, so we'll put our thank you sentiment on there. Make sure our ribbon's not tucked underneath. Oh, that's so cute. And then, of course, we need something shiny. Shiny, shiny. We use some, I think these are iridescent little gems. Let me see what they're called, if I can tell. Iridescent faceted gems. We need something shiny. Always. I told them at work the other day, shiny is my favorite color. They laughed at me. I wasn't joking, y'all. You know that. Oops, it stuck to my finger. I think because I have a little glue on my finger. Believe it or not. Those are really close together, but it is what it is. That's what they decided they wanted to do. I'll put this one right here. Okay. So those iridescent faceted gems. Super cute. This may be my favorite. Let me know if you have a favorite. I think that they all just turn out a little bit different, a unique way with the different papers. That ribbon is sticking to me. So how fun is that to have this 4-fold, 4-square card? I think they turn out super cute. And you can still use your regular envelope, or you could create a custom envelope that will hold that just perfectly. Okay, let me move these out of the way a little bit so I can show you my little gifts. I'm so excited about this. So Dale and I got a treat from Cassandra, and you know, she's my friend, but she's really like my adopted sister. She makes these Kirby keepsake boxes for pretty much any holiday, and we love that we are on her list to receive them. We have a boy and a girl penguin. Aren't they adorable? I just love these. And no, I have not broken into Dale's to steal his candy. I'm going to let him have his candy. But it's so nice to get a little treat like this. It makes me so happy. And Cassandra, you always knock it out of the park. These are adorable. Thank you so much. And then she also got me a little sign that I want to show you guys that is so stinking cute and so true. So look at that. Not sisters by birth, but sisters by heart. And that's so true. Is that not the cutest? I love it. Love it so much. This is going up in my craft room somewhere. And then I just wanted to remind you that last week we made these cute little treat holders on Facebook Live. And so if you still need to make some type of little Valentine treat, these are perfect to hold the Ghirardelli chocolate, other little treats. So you can actually, that one's in there backwards. You can actually pop over to the video from last Wednesday and see how to make these. You still have time. You just need 6x6 paper, and you can make some little Valentine treats for your coworkers, for your kiddos class, grandkids class. Your postman, I always like to give our postman a little treat. He's such a nice guy. Okay, that's it for today. We appreciate you being here. Oliver gets his TREAT when we're all done, so we'll go do that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you again next Wednesday. Don't forget, go check out Trisha's Card Club over on YouTube. Give her a subscribe. Bye, guys.